Once upon a time in a bustling city, there lived a young man named Tim. He worked for a well-established company, and although he was talented and ambitious, he had yet to realize the true value of time. Tim's days started like clockwork. He'd wake up, rush through breakfast, and make his way to the office. He often found himself caught up in the never-ending stream of work, always striving to meet deadlines and impress his superiors. While he was diligent, he couldn't help but feel that time was his enemy. One sunny morning, as Tim was hurrying to the office, he noticed an old man sitting on a park bench. The elderly man was reading a book with a serene smile on his face. Tim, in his usual rush, couldn't help but think that the old man was wasting his time. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to strike up a conversation with the old man. "Excuse me, sir," Tim said politely. "I couldn't help but notice how content you look just sitting here. Don't you have somewhere to be, something to do? Time is precious, you know." The old man closed his book and looked at Tim with a twinkle in his eye. "Young man, you're absolutely right. Time is precious. But the value of time isn't just in being productive or rushing from one task to another. It's also about finding moments to enjoy life and reflect on what truly matters." Tim was puzzled. He had never heard anyone talk about time in this way. The old man continued, "You see, time is like a river that keeps flowing. You can't stop it, but you can choose how you navigate it. If all you do is work and rush, you might miss the beauty of the journey." As the days went by, Tim couldn't shake off the old man's words. He realized that he had been so consumed by his career that he had forgotten to savor the simple joys of life. He decided to make a change. He started taking short breaks to enjoy a cup of coffee, to chat with his colleagues, and to appreciate the view from his office window. Over time, Tim's attitude toward work and life transformed. He became more productive because he had learned the importance of balance. He was no longer a slave to the clock, but rather a master of his own time. Years passed, and one day, as Tim sat in the park on a sunny afternoon, he saw a young man rushing by, just as he used to. Tim smiled and decided to pass on the wisdom he had learned. He said to the young man, "Time is precious, my friend, but remember, it's not just about racing against the clock. It's about savoring the moments and finding joy in the journey." The young man, much like Tim had been in the past, paused for a moment to absorb those words. And as the sun set on that day, he began to understand that time was indeed a valuable gift, one that should be cherished, not just spent. From then on, he too began to appreciate the true value of time. And so the wisdom of the old man continued to be passed down from one generation to the next, reminding everyone that time, when used wisely, can make life a beautiful journey filled with memories and moments that are truly priceless.